minus x to the fourth, in parentheses, to the minus 3 power, okay? Now this is really a negative 1, isn't it? It's negative 1 x to the fourth. Let me put a 1 right there. In front of x to the fourth, put a 1. And then the exponent applies to the negative 1, okay? And the exponent applies to x to the fourth, okay? So I have negative 1 to the negative 3 power and x to the fourth to the negative 3 power. Now let's look at this negative 1 cubed first, okay? Negative exponent means put it over, use the reciprocal of a minus 1, put 1 on the top and minus 1 on the bottom, and do that 3 times. In other words, this shifts this negative 1 down to the bottom and changes to a plus 3, okay? Now that means negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1. You have 3 negatives on the bottom, which gives you a minus 1 on the bottom. This whole thing turns into negative 1. So come back to our problem. In place of this, put a minus 1 and then copy this down. Okay? Now, 4 times minus 3. 4 times minus 3 is a minus 12. Okay? 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. And this negative means to divide. It means shift the x down to the bottom. Keep negative out front. Keep the 1 on the top. Put the negative out front. 1 on the top, but shift this x to the negative 12 down to the bottom, okay? You have your negative sign right here. You have this 1 written on top, but this x to the negative 12 shifts it down to the bottom, makes a plus 12.